Hey guys, a little bit of a different video today. What you're looking at is my kitchen stove, and I'm actually going to make some jam today. Picked a bunch of blueberries. I got about a cup here, a little bit less than a cup. Now, the recipe that I got is for actually 4 cups, so I had to cut it into fours, or 1/4. You know, all the measurements and stuff. So I'm going to kind of work with that. It doesn't have to be precise, you know, average or just around these measurements is fine. Now actually, most of the recipes that I saw call for pectin, okay, to actually thicken up the jam itself to get the consistency you want. But I found actually a different recipe because I couldn't find pectin. They were sold out at my local store. So I found a different recipe where you just kind of render down the berries itself to make it thick. So first thing I'm going to do, I don't have any heat on or anything yet, just have the pot here. You know, I guess medium to small size sauce pot for 1 cup of berries. Fresh blueberries, just picked them actually this morning. But dump those in there, okay. I'm actually going to get I think this is a potato masher, but I'm just going to basically mash this all up as much as I can. I'm actually going to grab a fork as well, because as I mash this, it's going to all get stuck inside the little grates here, and I want to pull that off, you know. So I'm just going to mash these up right now. Try to get all the juice out. Again, here's where, see where it gets all stuck. Use the fork to scrape that down. Same thing with the back area. Now, I only recently started making jam. I only did this twice, but both times it came out. Actually, the first time I messed up pretty bad. I put in the sugar way too early and actually made blackberry candy because the sugar rendered down, you know, into a candy state. So it was a learning curve, but the second time came out really good. So I'm still mashing these together. Okay, that's good. Let me just scrape this down now. Trying to get every bit I can. Alright, that's good. Then I want to add to this roughly a 1/2 cup of water. I do have a 1/2 cup, but it's in the 1/2 cup measurement, but it's in the cabinet. So I just filled about half with tap water. So pop that in there. I'm going to thoroughly mix this together, just using that fork. Okay. Then I want to add just a little squirt of lemon juice. I just have, you know, the cheap lemon juice. Comes in this plastic bottle. Looks like a lemon. Now, the recipe calls for about a tablespoon, so I just give it a little squirt. Doesn't have to be precise. Then I want to turn the heat on. I'm going to put this on high. Okay. I'm actually going to grab a whisk. Okay, just a regular old whisk. I'm going to let this get up to heat. And basically what I want to do right now is, as this starts boiling, comes to a rapid boil, where when you stir it, you know, the boiling still continues to boil. I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm going to cook this for probably, I'd say 5 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer. You can see in here. And basically just get it nice and thick. Now while I'm doing that, we'll let that heat up. Take some regular old sugar. Get that same 1 cup measuring cup. I'm going to want to fill this probably, I'd say, I don't know, almost 4/5 the way up. I just want a little bit less than a cup of sugar here. I'm actually going to go off camera here because I got to hold the box up to get this, let this pour out faster. There we go. Okay, so I have a little bit less than a cup of sugar here. Now, once this is boiling and it starts rendering down and thickening up here, I'm going to add the sugar at the very last minute, okay, and then I'm going to let the sugar cook until it comes to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, that's it. You want to put this in whatever kind of container you're going to let it cool off in. And you want to leave it with no top, let it cool out on your counter until it's completely cool, usually about 2 hours or so. And then you want to cap it up, and if it's the right consistency, you're ready to go. That's it. You got your jam, throw it in the fridge, and you're ready to eat it. But if it's not the right consistency, if it's still a little bit runny, you can just put it right back as is, put it right back in your saucepan, and keep cooking it a little bit longer. I'd say probably 2-minute intervals until and let it cool again. Keep doing that process until you get the consistency or the thickness you want in the jam. So you see here some steam coming off, but it's not yet to a boil. Mix this up a little bit. Now I believe the difference between a jelly and jam is jelly uses a fruit juice, as opposed to a jam which uses the pulp of the fruit. So in this case I'm making a jam because I still have all the meat and skins of the blueberries and not just the juice. So this will be a jam. It'll be nice and thick and rich. However, I picked more blackberries, but this time I'm going to actually just make blackberry jelly, and I'm going to strain out all the seeds because I made blackberry jam, although it's very delicious. The seeds were, I disliked them, just like raspberry jam. So I'm decided next time to just use the juice. So as you see here, move my camera a little bit, starting to get a boil. Once I stir that, you'll see that it's no longer boiling. So I want to bring it to a boil where after I stir it, it still continues to boil. And I'm going to just continue that process. Hopefully I have enough time here. I'm at 7 minutes here. I'm pretty sure I can get the video in. So let's see here. Let's take another look. Boiling up pretty nice. Give it a nice stir. You see there, still boiling. So I'm going to let this boil for a little bit. I'm just going to kind of thicken up. All this steam that you see is the water that I added. Adding water does two things. First of all, it increases the volume. I don't need as many berries to get the same result. Also, it allows you to boil this up so that you can kind of render it back down. If I had not added the water, I could have just made the process a little faster, but in the end result I wouldn't have as much jam. So I like to do it this way. Stir that up. Okay, so now we're ready to go. I'm going to add the sugar now. Put it all in. Put the camera back down here because I'm going to whisk that in nice and evenly. There we go. So now I'm going to let this come up to a boil again. Now it's like a nice rich, use a fork here, it's kind of a rich syrup, kind of a chunky syrup in this state right now. I'm going to cook this for about a minute, and then right after a minute I'm going to put it into a container and let it cool. And that's it. And I'm going to go back, and like I said, if it's not thick enough, I can always go back and recook it for a little longer to thicken it up until I get the consistency that I'm looking for. So that's pretty much it. I appreciate you watching the video, and hope you can make some homemade jam as well for yourself. So thanks again, guys. Take care.